Hello everyone, it's Simmuz here and welcome to a brand new video in The Sims 4 and we are doing, oh my god, we are building a freaking mall. Guys, I am obsessed. I'm crazy. I made them all. Yes, I'm super happy that I can finally show this to you guys. Oh my god, you don't understand how long it took me to build this, and I'm so excited to show this to you guys. I made them all in BRITECHESTER, and this is it. I'm super happy, and you're gonna have to watch this. It's gonna be a long series because I recorded so much for this video, and I guess for this series because it's gonna be a build series. This is the first part, and this is gonna be a 22-minute video. We are gonna build the exterior. We're gonna build a couple shops on the inside. Then we have the second part, which is probably the longest part, where we build almost all the shops. And then we have the third part where we build the final floor, where we have like the how do you call it? The food station, the food where all the restaurants are. The food court. That's the word. Yes, so I did build a mall in BRITECHESTER. It's inspired by European malls, like from if you ever go to a city center of like any major European city, you're gonna find, if you find a mall, it's gonna be like this kind of mall, which is like old looking buildings like from the 1800s that are like, you know, meshed together into one big building and transform it into one big mall, like Harrods in London. It's like kind of that style. Or in Barcelona as well, there are a couple of like malls like this that I can think of. I don't know the names, but I can think of them. So yeah, that was the inspiration. Basically, mostly Harrods. That's why I built it in BRITECHESTER, because BRITECHESTER is technically supposed to be the UK. So that was like kind of the thing that I was going for. You can see I'm trying the green roof to go with the Harrods aesthetic. I don't keep the green roof in the end, but it was so hard to build this, guys. It's a 1 million simoleons build, and you can download it right now. It is up on the gallery right now. It's 1.4 million simoleons, if I'm not mistaken, and it has 14 shops, a couple of like a bathroom on each level. It has 6 or 7 places to eat. A couple of those are restaurants, a couple of those are bars, and there's an ice cream shop. And there are like some kiosks around. There's benches. There's vending machines. There's so much, and I placed so many things. When I go into this build, my game like lags in build mode, which never does. Like my game never lags in build mode, and with this build it does. So you can tell like how much time I put into this. And if you follow me on Twitter, you probably know about this project already, because I did ask you guys some help for what kind of shops I wanted in this. So everybody left me some great help with ideas for shops, because I honestly, with 14 shops, I really was struggling. At the first time I built a couple of shops, and I was like, okay, that's clearly what I want to do. And then I had a couple of ideas for the top floor, but 14 shops are a lot. Actually, I think in the end there are 15, because I just split one in half. So maybe there are 15 shops. You're gonna see in the second part. This part is basically all the exterior detailing. This detailing took me so much time, and the thing that I hate the most is that every time I came back in the build, something was missing. Either that decoration on the roof, or some stuff in the shops, or some stuff around. They would get deleted from each loading, even if I saved it. So every time I had to go through, check if everything was still there, so still working. And it was a long process, but I'm super happy with how it turns out. I actually really like it. I think it's actually super cool, and I'm super proud of what I made. I think honestly, I don't have any any issue with this, and I don't think I could have ever made something this, I don't know, detailed and cool, and I did it, so I'm super proud of myself, honestly, for actually sticking to this project and making it all the way through. It was, again, very, very, very long, and I actually really like it. I think it's cool. You're gonna see the exterior is gonna be pretty cool. It has this 1800s look, as I was saying, that very city center, European city center 1800 looks, with all the windows that are decorated and the pretty bland straight fronts. I like that. And you're gonna see I'm placing some windows right now, but we're gonna do this big windows right at the bottom all around to be like shopping windows. What do you call it? Yeah, like window shopping. So you get it. And I'm gonna place also so much decoration on the outside as well, because I placed all those decorative things that you see in the thumbnail. Yeah, it was a process. You can see right now I'm starting. There are not too many things, so there are definitely some repeats, because we don't really have that many things that can work as like how do you call these, like decoration? No, it's not decoration, like signs, shop signs. I want to say publicity, but that's not the word. Ads. That's the word. That was so hard to say, ads. But yeah, these are ads, basically. Like ads for the shops that are inside, or stuff that you can do inside. That was the idea behind it. And we don't really have that many things, because most of the stuff is Get to Work. We have some Get Famous stuff that works, and some Cats and Dogs stuff that works. But the Get Famous stuff is a little fancy at times, that it doesn't really work, or it only relates to movies. You can see a lot of this stuff looks like movie posters, because they are movie posters. But I still place it anyway. And some stuff is Cats and Dogs, you can see, and most of the stuff it's Get to Work. But obviously Get to Work has a limit that I reached, so a lot of stuff is repeated. So if you look like into it very well, you can tell that some stuff is repeated. But I tried my best, and I think in the end, it looks pretty nice. It looks pretty cool. Obviously, I'd love to know what you guys think about this. As I said, this is part 1 only, so of course, unless you want to go up on the gallery, download this, place this in BRITECHESTER and check it out for yourself, you're gonna have to wait a little bit longer for the entire build to be ready and done and to be shown off in the final part, which is gonna be part 4, where I'm gonna go through the actual building and talk about it and show it off with all the details. So honestly, if you're not really interested in the building process, I would say wait for part 4. So to do that, just in the description down below, you can, not in the description, but down below, there's the subscribe button and there's the bell notification. You can use that so you get notifications, and you can, when I post part 4, which is gonna be called part 4, you're gonna be able to just boom, come in, watch it, see all the stuff, this cool stuff that I added. You're just not gonna be able to see the whole process, which I think it's also pretty interesting, especially for this. Oh my god, right now, me rewatching this as of this building being finished after I don't know, a month of me working on this project, this shop right here, it's so much different in the end. This doesn't look like it at all, like the color scheme. This is getting better, but this doesn't look like it at all right now. You're gonna see. What's hard to do for clothing shops like this one is that we don't have anything to put in the clothing shops, because Sims don't buy clothes, because they don't need a rack to buy clothes like these ones. These are technically like wardrobes that are from Get Famous, if I'm not mistaken. No, actually they're from Moschino, right? either get famous or Moschino. But we don't really have many like clothing items. Like we have these shelves with some clothes on it, and we have these bunch of jackets, like with these shirts all piled up together that I'm placing right here. We don't really have that much else, honestly, which sucks because it's really hard to do like a whole shop with clothing filled with basically nothing. So I think I do it in the end, and it looks pretty nice, but it was so hard to do because we really don't have anything in this game to do this. And yeah, so I really wanted to do malls because I really miss malls. We had malls in The Sims 2, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure about The Sims 3 because, as I said, I haven't played The Sims 3 as much as The Sims 2 or The Sims 4. So I know that in The Sims 2 we did have malls, and I did love making malls in The Sims 2. They sucked because I wasn't good at building, but I love to do them. And yeah, I tried to recreate that kind of style and idea. I wish we could do actual malls in The Sims 4. I don't know. I don't know if we'll ever have malls in The Sims 4. I wish we did, because it's not like they're a crazy concept. Like, it's not like malls don't exist anymore or anything. Like, I go to the mall sometimes, not right now because of COVID, but sometimes I do. I go to the mall and I have fun there with my friends and eat and go shopping and stuff. Like, it's not a crazy concept, right? Am I the only one? Am I crazy? Am I old? That's why I go to the mall, or is it actually a thing still? Because I think it's still a thing, and I don't understand why we don't have it in game. I wish we had it in game. I'm just saying that. I really, really, really wished we have still had malls in game, like in The Sims 2. That's all. And you can see right now, this is the shop that changed a little bit. As I said, I had to cut so much stuff out. Again, this shop is probably not gonna look the same when you download it because a lot of stuff gets deleted, so I have to replace it, and it's gonna be placed the same way. It's a whole process, like a whole process, and I think it works. I think it's fine. But what I wanted to say, I'm trying to do like some kind of I don't know, perfume thing. A lot of clothing shops here, at least in Europe, I'm not sure about the rest of the world, but a lot of clothing shops here in Europe also have like a perfume little area, and that was the kind of thing that I was going to do there. And right now they have some kids mannequins still. I do take those out and only have adults because we're gonna do a kids shops then afterwards. This shop right here is gonna be a lingerie store, so this is all lingerie. This is the lingerie for yay. I don't know, guys. I think I'm delirious just thinking about this build, and the amount of hours and work that I put into this build is crazy. It really, I'm not exaggerating when I say that I think I started this more than a month ago. I haven't spent an actual month on this build, of course, but I would say more than 12 hours for sure. I'd risk it and say 18 to 20 hours on this build, with all the detailing and having to redo all the stuff and the planning and the moving stuff in and out and changing objects and moving stuff and finding something cool to place in. Oh my god, it's so hard. It was so hard. I think that I used every pack that I own. So if you are not a pack completionist like me, that I have almost every pack in existence. I don't have a couple of the kits. I have the country kitchen kit, but I don't have the what is it called? The 90s clothing thing, and the Bust the Dust. I don't have those two, and I don't have Journey to Part 2, but the rest of the stuff I all have, and I think I used it all in this build. So if you're not a pack completionist, you're probably not going to be able to download this build and use it, but at the same time, you're probably not going to be able to download and use it anyway because it's not functional, because the malls don't exist in The Sims 4. So I mean, it's functional, as in you can buy this as a retail store and have your sim manage this, but they're gonna have to manage the entire mall all by themselves. Yeah, and you can, what you can do, and it's probably what I suggest you do, is choose one store that you like, that you want to use as your actual retail store. Take them all, take out all the doors to the other stores so that the Sims cannot enter other doors for the other stores, and have only your store accessible. Or, since it's a big build and it's probably gonna mess with your frame rate, you can also just black out the other stores, just delete them, delete all the stuff inside, leave like the windows empty and everything empty, no materials inside, nothing inside except like floors and walls and windows. And then only your store is the one with stuff inside, so your Sims are gonna be there as well. These are the two options that you can do. I honestly suggest probably the second option, to have the store completely empty except for your store that you want to use, just because I think that it would be pretty hard to work with this big mall in the game, just because it would lag a lot. So of course, take that in mind into consideration. If you have a better computer that works very well, probably you're gonna be able to keep the entire mall if you want to. But if you have a normal computer that has a little bit of lag issues, I probably suggest to take out most of the stuff, most of the shops, or maybe don't even use this at all. So this sitting area right here, you can see it right here. I did save this room because I do place it so many other places around the entire mall. So there are a lot of seating area like that, with the 2 columns, the benches, the couple of tables, and the bins. So those are all around the stores, and you can see those everywhere. They're pretty nice. And of course, I do place a lot of vending machines. Right now, I do place the vending machine like that. They're gonna change. There's gonna be an info kiosk. I don't know if it's in this part or in the next part, but there's gonna be an info kiosk. So this, I think, is the last store that we're gonna tackle today. And it's a kids store, and it's for clothing for kids. So at the bottom floor, you basically have all the clothing that you need. You have your lingerie, you have your adults and teen clothing store, and you have your kids clothing store, which is everything that you need, of course. What I was thinking is that we got toddlers, but we don't have a toddler mannequin. So I couldn't place toddlers mannequins in, and toddlers cannot buy clothes, I guess, which is kind of weird. I probably am going to complain about this on Twitter right after I finish with this, because I was thinking about this while I was building this, and then I completely forgot. And I was like, why can we not have toddler mannequins? We don't have it. We don't have those. Only kids can buy clothes, apparently. I don't know. It bothers me a little bit. I guess toddlers don't have the animation to buy clothes, but I don't care. I want them to be able to buy clothes, because you cannot, technically in real life, you would have the parents get the clothes for the toddlers, because the toddlers are not really capable of buying clothes by themselves. But in The Sims, you cannot have another Sims buy clothes for a Sim. So the Sim itself is the one that does the buying of the clothes, of course. So the toddler would have to do the same thing, would have to buy the clothes themselves. But they cannot, because there are no toddler mannequins. Am I crazy? Am I going crazy? Am I making sense? Did you guys follow? I think you followed. And yeah, anyway, that is the clothing store for the kids. It's pretty fun and colorful. There are some nice clothing items around and some mannequins. You know, you can see them. And then some more decoration in here with some more like big signs, standing signs. Those are pretty nice. Am I doing the bathroom? Is this what we're doing? Yes, we're doing the bathroom. I thought that was the last thing, but we're doing the bathroom downstairs. The bathrooms are basically all the same. Like, they look the same. they are the same like kind of idea of style, and furniture is the same. They have the same amenities inside. So there's really nothing to say about this except there is one on each floor. I made sure to have plenty of bathrooms so that it's a mall, so it makes sense to have many bathrooms. And they're nicely decorated and cute, and the color scheme is gonna change. You're gonna see that. But we're nearing the end of the video, so again, if you want to download this, it is up on the gallery. There are not gonna be screenshots in this part, or the next part, or the last part, because we're gonna do a tour of the build when I have the time to do it. So, but probably before part 3 comes out, I'm gonna be able to record it, and yeah, you're gonna see that. Oh, I'm doing the info kiosk and the little kiosk part. So here we're gonna have a kiosk. It's gonna be an info kiosk kind of thing. It's not functional, but I think it works with the idea that it has like, you know, it's a kiosk, you know, for your information, basically. So there's someone that sits here on the computer and gives you information about the mall, maybe a map, maybe other stuff. You can buy stuff here, so it's still like technically a shop in my mind, because you can buy like you can see like those posters and papers, newspapers and stuff like that. I don't know what you buy at an info kiosk. You can buy a newspaper at an info kiosk, so I guess it makes sense. That was the idea. Nothing crazy. But I was saying, yeah, no screenshots in these parts. You're gonna have to wait for the final part of this, and hopefully it's gonna be pretty soon. I don't know, guys. I'm not promising anything because I have a lot of stuff going on, so hopefully I can do something. But this is it. Thank you so much for watching, and bye guys. Thank you so much. Bye bye.